All language has rhythm. If you listen, you'll hear a flow of stressed and unstressed syllables. You'll hear it even in individual words. Certain syllables are emphasized unconsciously. Others not. Like, you wouldn't say hippopotamus. It sounds weird. It's hippopotamus. Let's hear that again. All language has rhythm. If you listen, you'll hear a flow of stressed and unstressed syllables. You'll hear it even in individual words. Certain syllables are emphasized unconsciously. Others not. Like, you wouldn't say hippopotamus. It sounds weird. It's hippopotamus. This is neatly illustrated by American poet 2 Chainz. Take a look at his words and see if you can imagine which syllables are stressed and which are unstressed. Now watch and listen.
Let me go and get it started. Looking like a molly dressed, think about it. Everything I do, it got God on it. I just ate a $300 hamburger.
Most of the time, like with 2 Chainz, the stressed and unstressed syllables don't form any kind of regular pattern. But sometimes they do. This might be easiest to recognize in the work of another American poet, Dr. Seuss. On the 15th of May, in the jungle of Newell, in the heat of the day, in the cool of the pool, he was splashing, enjoying the jungle's great joys, when Horton the elephant heard a small noise. That's 2 unstressed syllables followed by 1 stressed, over and over. On the 15th of May, in the jungle of Newell, etc., etc. The most famous kind of rhythmic pattern, however, is the simplest of all. Unstressed, stressed, unstressed, stressed, over and over. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. In a way, this pattern imitates the rhythm of the human heart. We call this particular rhythm iambic, and it's the pattern that Shakespeare used most often in his plays. Take some lines from the balcony scene in Romeo and Juliet. When you hear those lines spoken aloud, you can hear that rhythm, the da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. In poetry, the name for a particular rhythm, and there are lots, is meter. We call Shakespeare's iambic pentameter because in Latin, pent means 5, and each line has 5 repeating units, 5 da-dums, 10 syllables total. As you practice listening more intentionally, you'll definitely start to recognize the regular rhythm in metered poetry. But it all starts with training your ear to recognize those stressed and unstressed syllables. An easy way to start is with your own name. For me, that would be David Micah Cohen. Turns out there's a regular pattern in my name, the opposite of iambic. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Why don't you try with yours? See if you can identify the stressed and unstressed syllables in your own name. And maybe, like mine, your name will turn out to be poetic too.